Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Harbin. We're going on a little journey. We're going to walk through these 4 bullet points, which are our objectives for this part of the video. So, being accompanied by some music. So, make sure to look at chapter 3, right? Also, do these video notes. You don't have to take notes on these sections in chapter 3, but it would be helpful to at least look at it, all right? So, what we've been talking about are matter. We've been talking about what atoms are, and now we're going to start talking about atoms as being the smallest part of matter. Okay, and so the smallest part of matter is going to be what we call a pure substance. The reason it's a pure substance is because it's the same all the way through. Okay, a molecule is a chemical bond between atoms. Okay, so if there's a chemical bond between atoms, you can make a molecule. Now there's different kinds of molecules. All right, so pure substances, there's going to be 2 kinds of pure substances. You're either going to have an element or you're going to have a compound. What makes a pure substance pure is that every piece of a pure substance is exactly the same. Pure substance, each piece is identical. All right. So, what's the difference between a compound and an element? A compound is 2 or more chemically bonded elements. All right, you have to have at least 2 different elements in a compound. Okay, but compounds have unique properties. That's why they're considered pure, because they have unique properties. Every piece of a compound looks the same as every other piece. An element is a one kind of atom. Okay, one kind of atom, only one kind of atom in an element, and elements have unique properties. Okay, so what makes elements and compounds pure is that each piece of an element or each piece of a compound is exactly the same as each other piece. So how is that different than a mixture? A mixture is a physical blend of matter. Okay. So you could have elements, you could have compounds, but they're not chemically blended. Okay, it's physically blended. If I dump a bunch of hydrogen and a bunch of oxygen into a bowl, I don't get a compound, I just get a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, there's 2 kinds of mixtures. A homogeneous mixture is very well blended. So well blended, looks the same. All right. Heterogeneous mixture is not well blended. So you can see different parts. Okay, so let's look at this up here. All right, what would this be considered? Well, this piece is the same as that piece is the same as that piece, so it's pure. What kind of pure? It's a compound. How do I know? Because this atom is different than that atom, but it's a chemical bond, so this thing and this thing and this thing are all the same kind of pieces. Right? Looking at this is pure because each piece is the same, but it's an element because those are made of atoms. Okay, what about this? This is pure. Each atom is the same, so this is an element. But you're saying to yourself, it's a molecule. It is a molecule. Those are bonded, but this atom's the same as that atom, so it's a pure element. This is also a pure element. Okay, this is a mixture. How do I know it's a mixture? Because this piece is different than that piece. There's different kinds of pieces in it. Okay, so let's look at it. What is it? A molecule or atom? This is an atom. Molecule or atom? Molecule. Molecule or atom? Molecule. All right, so what's making something a molecule? Bonded. Okay, this is one whole thing because those are bonded. This is one whole thing with a lot of chemical bonds. Okay, this is a single individual thing. That's why it's an atom. So these are all pure. And so we have to decide, are they elements or compounds? Well, this is an element because it's the same kind of atoms. This is also an element because this atom and this atom and this atom are the same kind of atoms. The reason it's a molecule is that they're bonded together. This is a compound. Why is it a compound? Because it's a molecule where this atom, the white atom, is different than the red atom. They're different elements, okay? But they're chemically bonded, so this whole thing has its own identity. All right, so pure substance or mixture. So in here, do I have a pure substance or mixture? Well, is every piece the same? No. So this is a mixture because this piece is different than that piece. It's different. They're different pieces. And this is pure because same. All right. The next thing you want to ask is if it's a mixture, is it heterogeneous or homogeneous? We'll do that on the next slide. If it's pure, is it an element or compound? Well, this one is a compound because this kind of atom is different than that kind of atom, but they're bonded together. So this molecule would have different properties than the individual red or black atoms would. Okay, pure substance or mixture. So what we can help decide is the physical properties. So physical properties. Pure substances, same props throughout. Same props throughout. Okay. Mixture, each piece has own props. Okay. So the physical properties of a pure substance are the same throughout. The physical properties of a mixture, each piece has its own props. So here we have salt water. We have to decide is it a pure substance or a mixture. Well, in salt water we have salt that still tastes salty. We have water that still tastes like water. So it is a mixture because the salt keeps its salt properties, the water keeps its water properties. They just mix together really well. Okay. Table salt. Table salt is also known as sodium chloride. All right, and sodium chloride is made up of NaCl, so it is pure because every piece of table salt is this. Okay, it's a compound because it's got elements bonded, chemically bonded. Okay, water. There's a chemical formula for water, H2O, so it is pure because each part of H2O is H2O all the way through. Okay, and it is a compound because it has more than one element. All right, oxygen. Well, the chemical formula for oxygen is O. Oxygen you breathe in is O2. This is pure because all oxygen is O2 all the way through, and it's an element because it's only one kind of atom. All right, so these are both mixtures. All right, they're both mixtures. The only time we decide if it's heterogeneous or homogeneous is if it's mixtures. These are both mixtures. This mixture is homogeneous because if I take some of it from over here and some of it from over here, I get the same proportions, the same even mixture. Okay, this one's heterogeneous because if I take this scoop, I might get some rice and like 3 pieces of rice and 4 pieces of beans. It's not well blended. Okay, not well blended. You can actually see the individual pieces. Homogeneous is well mixed. All right, well mixed. I can't see the individual food dye or whatever's making this orange. I can't see it, and I can't see the water, but the water has its props, the food dye has its props, the beans has their own props. So in a mixture, each piece keeps its props. All right, so to review, elements and compounds are pure substances. The difference is that compounds are made of 2 or more elements. Mixtures are physical blends of elements, or compounds or mixtures. So it could be a blend of elements, a blend of compounds, or blend of elements and compounds, or a blend of other mixtures. Compounds are chemically bonded. That's the key. A compound is chemically bonded. NaCl is a compound, right? Na is an element. Cl2 is an element. There's no chemical bond between them. Okay, elements can be made of atoms or molecules. 2 of the same element bonded together are called diatomics. So oxygen is O, but when you breathe in oxygen, you're breathing in O2, so you're breathing in a chemical bond between 2 oxygen atoms. It's called di for 2, atomic, 2 atoms bonded together. Hey, guess what? That's it. Make sure to look at chapter 3. There's some pictures, all right? And then maybe I'll do some demos. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. All right. Make sure that you can distinguish between pure substances and mixtures, elements and compounds, and classify. And that's it. Thanks for coming with me on this journey. You guys rock. Peace out.